Hey there, I am finally doing my check-in video for the last of the 100 days of the 25 rule. I stopped about 2 weeks ago, but because of my life since then, I'm finally now having time to sit down and give you a really thorough evaluation of what I thought of these 100 days. So before we get into all that, I want you to check in on what happened the last 25 days, and I'm gonna give you my pros, my cons, everything about it right here in this.
We'll show the peanut butter ones. Let's get the peanut butter ones out together. Peanut butter. Those are 3 different peanut butters. Here, I'll hold one. Let's see, Lily's, Swiss over, and Reese's, and then grab the other caramels. Werther's. Those are the, no, grab the caramels. Werther's and Smart Sweets. Now let's get all the gummies. We got a lot of these. Smart Sweets, Better Sours. Put that one around. Alani. I don't even know if that's really that much better, but we'll try them. Hey friends, it is day 77 of following the 25 rule. And I'm doing this for 100 days just to see if we can mimic the results naturally of Ozempic, Mounjaro, other GLP-1 agonist drugs. Now, I wanted to tell you something today that I really like about this rule. Obviously, the results are nice, and seeing like the end of all of this is going to be really interesting, and the outcomes, but there are some really plus things that I have learned along my journey. And one of those is this rule never really asks you to eliminate anything. And that's really important for our psyche. I think a lot of times, even on the GLP-1 agonist drugs, we hear about eating less of things, becoming less of ourselves. You know, like there's a lot of like come back away from type stuff, not, hey, don't worry about eliminating anything. Here's some things you can add to your life to make it bigger, better, more enjoyable, whatever. So one of the things that you add is nutrition. So you're adding fiber, you're adding protein. You are watching the amount of total sugar that you're eating, but you're not eliminating it completely if you don't want to. I mean, you could if you wanted to, but you don't have to. And I never really appreciated what that has done for me mentally, because I realized that I have backed off of some foods naturally just because, you know, I'm feeling more full with the fiber, or like I'm really getting what I need with the protein. So I'm not craving some things like, for example, today, fries. I love French fries. Who doesn't love French fries? If you don't love French fries, please tell me, because you might be my oddest friend I have. But I like French fries. And we got some today and I ate them just like normal, and I did not feel well. And I think it's just because my body is so used to being kind of like a clean running engine at this point, that when I get something that doesn't really jive with we could talk gut microbiome. I'm not gonna go off on a tangent, even though it feels like I already am, but it just wasn't as enjoyable. So I really appreciate that doing this challenge not only has created some good habits, but it's inadvertently helped me to avoid some things that are probably not so good for me right now where I am in my life. Anyway, wanted to share that today. Thanks for listening.
Set up the groove, pumping up the volume with this brand new beat.
It's day 81 out of 100 following the 25 rule to prove that it really can transform your life, just like all those GLP-1 agonist drugs that are out there. Today was a typical summer day. We went to the library, we played with some STEM toys, we read some books, we ended the day at the pool, and just lived our lives the best way we know how. It's day 82 out of 100 following the 25 rule is nature's Ozempic, Mounjaro, all those GLP-1 meds. And today, activity wasn't a problem, but hydration may have been, because we were doing ranch work in the Texas heat. It was fun, kind of, but it was also a lot of work. So we ended the day cooling off in a cowboy pool. And you know what? These ranch hands, they don't take too kindly to somebody just filming while they work. It's day 84 out of 100 following the 25 rule. And one of the things that means is 25 grams of protein at every meal. And I love to start breakfast with one of my shakes that you can find at Costco that rings in at 30 grams of protein. Now, do your kids do this? Do they sit on every single thing at Costco like it's a chair? Not just the chairs, but like the rice, the dog food, whatever. Also, oh yeah, I got these mats for my day 85 out of 100 following the 25 rule. And today I want to talk to you about fish and protein. While some people don't like it, it is high in protein, sometimes even higher than beef if you get the right count of fish, and lower in saturated fat, which is important for some people. Now let's talk peanut butter cups, because these, my friend, are better than any that I tried in my last peanut butter cup video. And yes, I am eating them in the dark. It's day 86 out of 100 following the 25 rule, and definitely got my 25 minutes of activity in today, but it looked more like general movement because I judged for the Texas Lifeguard Championship, and look at these clouds. That's right, it poured down rain and put us at about an hour and a half delay sitting in the pump room, but we finally got out there and got the job done. And yes, my daughter was a volunteer for the first time.
Round one.
Hot Utz rice pudding, mega ranch chicken salad, and a 3-pack of oatmeal cookies.
It's day 89 out of 100 following the 25 rule to prove that it really is nature's Ozempic. And here's some more actual content of me following the 25 rule for you. And yes, this is one of my workouts that I created. I actually do them. So if you're interested, you can get all of my workouts on YouTube. And we've got a wonderful series called Lift Stronger now that's designed for women. It's day 91 out of 100 following the 25 rule. And did you know that you can have a milkshake with a donut on top and come in under 25 grams of sugar for a whole day? That's right. This thing is only about 15 grams of sugar. And if you want to know how I got away with that, just ask me below in the comments. Also, we went to see Freakier Friday, and you guys, what a cute movie. Well, today is actually day 91 because I kind of screwed up. We are doing 100 days of the 25 rule to see how it works and challenge our bodies exactly like you would with a GLP-1 agonist, things like Ozempic, Mounjaro, those type of peptide shots. So where are we? We have 9 days left, only 9 days left. I can't believe it. We're almost done. And I can't wait to share with you guys everything that I've learned throughout my journey. And I hope that you are excited and considering making some of these changes part of your lifestyle too. It's day 92 out of 100 following the 25 rule. And friends, you know what that means? That means 25 grams of protein every meal, 25 grams of fiber a day, under 25 grams of sugar, 25 minutes of activity, and 25 minutes of unplugged. And this is what my unplugged looked like today. It was a pool day, a family day, and just like it has almost every day this summer in Texas, the storm clouds rolled in toward the end of the day. Friends, we're almost at 100 days. I can't believe it. This is day 94 out of 100 following the 25 rule, living a lifestyle that we hope compares to being on a GLP-1, seeing if maybe this is the natural Ozempic. And today was a day of climbing mountains. And yes, friends, this is a mountain in College Station because this town's pretty darn flat. But we have 2 days left till school starts. You know what that means? We got to clean the car. And we did. And we watched it all. Wow, what a summer following the 25 rule to create a healthy lifestyle for women. And we are on day 95 out of 100. More importantly, we are on the day before school starts. My little's going to be in kinder with the cutest classroom ever. And I finally hit another milestone where I'm annoying the crud out of my eldest daughter. But there you go. It's the final countdown, day 96 out of 100 following the 25 rule to see if it really is nature's Ozempic. And today we are recapping some of my favorite ways to get in the 25 minutes of movement every single day. Number one will always be my love, group fitness. Whether I'm taking or teaching, I still just really love it. And this is me at a conference this summer, learning some new ways to bring this to you. And yes, we can actually work together. I coach privately too. Second, walking. For me, this is easy. It is free, and it's something that I can do anywhere, anytime, any day. Take it with me when I travel, right? Next, water. I love water. I don't know how you feel about it, but it's been part of my life forever for both leisure, recreation, and fitness. to the point where, even this summer, I did state lifeguard championships judging and got my daughter involved. So it's really fun for me to pass this down to the next generation. And there we are, working our hardest, which brings me to my next thing, lifestyle activity. Do not underestimate just squishing in 25 minutes with the people that you love, doing the things that you love. There's also never a better way to make the hot Texas heat feel cool than to put yourself in a sauna at 125 plus degrees and get a good workout in. Not kidding. I do it on purpose, and I really do love Hot Works. I highly recommend trying out a free workout if you can at a Hot Works near you, if there is one. Some of my favorite all-time things to do on my own would be yoga and, of course, strength training. I can take these almost anywhere. I know strength training requires weights, but you'd be surprised how easy it is to find these when you travel. And you guys just keep doing your thing, even when you're not that good at it. It is day 97 out of 100 following the 25 rule, and I just want to point out how sustainable this is for a healthy lifestyle long term and how much we can teach our kids this way. So in honor of back to school, I want to remind you, let your kids help and serve a meal family style. Let them choose what they're putting on their plate. It is day 98 out of 100 following the 25 rule. This is an experiment to see if it really can work like nature's Ozempic, helping perimenopausal women live a healthier lifestyle and reduce visceral fat. We'll talk more about that on day 100, so stick around. Today we're talking nutrition, and high protein, 25 grams a meal is what we go for in the 25 rule. One way to get that is beans and rice. They also really help satisfy that 25 grams of fiber a day, not a meal, a day that you should be getting. Sometimes though, we do have to supplement, and that's okay. But eating that way and making sure that we choose lower sugar options so that we're getting under 25 grams of sugar a day is really helpful. When I do make protein and I do go for shakes and things like that, that's great. That's a quick meal. Sometimes we go there. Sometimes we just eat what we love, right? You would be surprised. Some things you love are high protein. We are on day 99 out of 100 following the 25 rule to see if it really is nature's Ozempic. And today I want to highlight the hardest part of this challenge for me. Not the 25 grams of protein, not the 25 grams of fiber a day, not eating under 25 grams of sugar, definitely not 25 minutes of activity, but the 25 minutes unplugged. And this, friends, is where the magic happens. Finding time every day to get away from your screen, get out in nature preferably, get by yourself, hopefully. It doesn't always happen. But finding time to let your nervous system reset. Get away from all those little dopamine dumps as we scroll through, as we watch through. Probably, you're watching this now, but are you going to keep scrolling? Or are you going to stop, put your phone down, and reset? It doesn't have to be as hard as I made it for myself. I started off trying to be really big and bold with these 25 minutes, but as time progressed, and I had to do it daily for 100 days, I found beauty in places where I didn't know it was, and time to just take a breath. This, friends, is right behind my work. It is day 100 out of 100 following the 25 rule. And here's me on day 1. Guys, I did 5 simple things for 100 days just to see what the overall changes would be to my health. And the full story is coming out very soon. So what do you think? What do you think about the last 25 days? I'd love to know down in the comments at this point if you watched the journey, or maybe you're new to the journey, or what you thought. And I will have a big mix of all 100 days coming out soon. But until then, I want to share with you some of my thoughts after going through this experiment. So when I give you my thoughts are going to be kind of colored by the idea of this either in conjunction with or versus a GLP-1 or microdosing a GLP-1, and kind of how that fits in here. Because first of all, I am not against a GLP-1. It has done wonderful things for a lot of people. And now there's research coming out about microdosing this. It's a peptide. I mean, you'll see research on lots of different peptides. We just know this one a lot because as a culture, weight loss gets our attention, right? But a lot of peptides are getting attention out there, and taking different, amounts of it and microdosing different peptides has a lot of, benefits for some people, not for all people. And some people are against injections, like something plain and simple. course, now there's like tablets and there's everything out there, which I'm not talking about pros and cons of that, just under the lens of the GLP-1 journey that a lot of people are on or a lot of people have questions about. So first of all, this 100-day journey was done without GLP-1, and it was just to see what kind of results you could have with these 5 rules. And let's go over them really fast. So in case you're not familiar, the 25 rule actually consists of 5 different things that are governed by the Rule 25. Number 1 is eating 25 grams of protein at every meal. Number 2, getting 25 grams of fiber a day. So, side note, something kind of funny about this. My mom was doing this with me for a while, and she said, Gretchen, I don't know how you're getting 25 grams of fiber. It's impossible. And I was like, well, no. I mean, I gave her some ideas. She's like, but at every meal? So no, 25 grams of fiber a day. 25 grams of fiber a meal is absolutely ridiculous. Don't do that. Under 25 grams of sugar a day. Of course, you could go added sugars if you want, or you can just say sugar in general. If you are someone who's dealing with some pre-diabetes, or you're having blood sugar, like high blood sugar issues, I was personally struggling with that. So I went complete sugar, not just added sugar. And then the other 2, 25 minutes minimum of movement every day. Doesn't have to be crazy, just get it done. And then the last one is 25 minutes unplugged. And friends, that was the hardest one this summer. And I mean, we did a lot of traveling, but I was also in full-time mom mode. So it really gave me time to think, how am I going to get this done? Some days it looked like, I like to work out at HotWorks. So some days it looked like laying in a sauna by myself with the volume down and my eyes closed for 25 minutes in the workout space. So like you get a 45-minute workout, you get 45 minutes, and I would just give 25 minutes of it to just kind of laying there in a sauna. But also being outside and being in nature for 25 minutes is really nice if you can do that. A lot of times walks would do this for me. Sometimes just sitting like on my back porch or something, but it was harder to do because of kids around, and I still got to get better at that. It's still something that I'm working on. So that's what it is. Let's talk pros and cons of this. So number 1 pro is that it's very easy to follow. I told you exactly what it is. You could start right now doing this. I do have a 25-day challenge that is not very much money. You can get a workout that you can do every day. I kind of walk you through it so that if you still need a little bit of guidance, you can get that, and I'll link that in the show notes. I guess this isn't a podcast. Link it in the description. That's what I'm looking for. But it is very easy to follow. You can also go back to it at any time. So you can do this on and off. However, there is something called like intermittent rewarding, and that can really create a negative kind of side effect of this. What I mean by that is treat days. We've heard of them. A lot of diets really like this type of thing where you're doing whatever you want for a day and then you're sticking to this strict plan for 6 days. Here's why I don't like it. In your brain, if you have a cheat day or a treat day or an off day, and you're doing this occasionally, you're creating a place in your brain that is wanting this more. So it's better to stick to the 25 rule. And if you have something, let's say you have a brownie, you find out that you overate your sugar for the day, you don't dwell on that idea and go, oh, the brownie, that was my thing, but it was just a moment. You just kind of stumble for a second. You're still following the 25 rule. You're still following the 25 rule. You've got to tell your brain that. I've had even shirts made of this saying. It says potholes are not black holes. So we don't need to spiral when we just have that one thing. We're still on that trajectory. That's a little aside. Number 2, where are we on? 3 is that it's completely free. You don't have to pay any money for this. It's something that you can do. And, that's something that we do see with the GLP-1s. Like they are becoming a little bit more affordable, and that comes with its own pros and cons. And you really, if you're getting these, from a compounding pharmacy. Make sure you check them. The FDA has tons of websites for every state. You can check on your pharmacy online. Do it. Don't just blindly buy a GLP-1. But this, you don't have to buy anything. If you want to just try a journey and kind of see where you are, maybe you've just never had a good guide and something easy to do. So you don't necessarily need something that's going to give you like cease of food noise. You just need to figure out what it is to do. That's not everyone's case. Some people know exactly what to do, and that's not the problem. The problem is they need help with that motivation part, quieting the food noise, allowing blood sugar to stabilize so that you're not having these ups and downs and cravings. So that's why it's not just knowing what to do isn't enough for everyone. So it is free. You can go back. Let's see. I think I said that all. Oh, it's okay for anyone. Anyone can do this. I guess I wrote all my things down just in case you're wondering why I keep looking down. Anyone can do this. Yeah, I am a woman who's going to be 45 next month, but anyone can do this. It will not hurt you. Even I have one client who only has one kidney, and so she has some protein limitations, and this method falls within her protein limitation. So obviously, if that's you, please check with your doctor. Like, don't be silly, but it's not crazy. It's not asking you to do anything. And even just diets out there, you really should be seeking some medical advice before you dive into it. This last one is a pro and a con. It's not about weight loss. I went into this not because I wanted to see a number drop, right? I've really worked hard on that in my head. Like, I don't need to see the number drop. I need to feel good, fit in my clothes. There's a couple things that I just know my body. I've been an athlete most of my life. I've worked in group fitness. I know when my body is functioning well, and I know when it's not. And I know that I was in a place where I needed to do something because I was starting to see an increase in visceral fat. That is midsection fat. That's the fat around your organs. That's fat that you do not want, but that's also fat that is metabolically different. So I can't just decrease the amount of calories I eat. I have to look at something else, like making sure I eat protein, making sure I get fiber, making sure I'm eating low sugar. So that was a pro for me, that this was not weight loss driven. For some people, that is a con. They need something that is weight loss driven. Number one, like especially the people who are living in this world of morbid obesity. There's a reason it's called morbid obesity, because it's a death sentence, right? There's things that are happening to the body just from carrying that amount of weight or that percentage of body fat. So number one is losing some of that weight. Now, I like the 25 rule for that person that is on the GLP-1 to help lose the weight, because it makes sure that they're not getting malnourished at the same time. And yes, you can be overweight and you can be malnourished. It happens. And sometimes with it decrease in the amount of food consumed, the food that is consumed isn't necessarily the right foods for your body for the journey. So yes, you're losing weight, but your nutrition isn't what it should be. So I think that GLP-1s have helped a lot of people lose weight, and lose weight in a sustainable, as long as they're on the drug, in a sustainable way, that they have a way to keep it off and it's not just a temporary fix. Also with the 25 rule, it can be sustainable. That is my next negative, is that it does require willpower. So you have to make a conscious effort to make these decisions. And this is where the GLP-1s have helped a lot of people. They help them because they shut down some of that, people call it food noise. It's willpower noise to me. It's the noise that's in my head that's constantly like, okay, count this, don't count that, this is good, this is bad. And being in the industries that I'm in, I really have to work hard to shut that down. That's a lot of willpower to start with. And sometimes it just doesn't shut down, and I just have to learn how to work around it or work with it. And try not to, label myself just because I chose a certain food. That's hard. That's hard to do. It also, one of the negatives of this is that it does rely on calculating to an extent. So when you go into it, if you have never been taught what a high protein food is, what a high fiber food is, what is a low sugar food, what is added sugars, what are natural sugars, are you eating a food that's high in natural sugars, or you're having watermelon and going, oh, but there's no sugar in it, not realizing like you're still spiking the blood sugar a little bit there. So it does require calculating to an extent. And I'm going to take a second and talk about something that this has made me aware of as a parent. When I'm showing my kids what to eat, I try super hard not to demonize things, even sugar. And I still say we need to look at the amount of sugar we're eating. Look at the amount of anything we're eating. Too much of anything, not a great idea. But I don't demonize it. I give it a place. And I want to make sure that they are aware of what foods their body needs to function. And I don't want to teach it from a place of lack or pushing food away. I want them to consume things that are good for them. So over the summer, I've taught them this, and I'm hoping it puts them in a place where if they need to know later in life what a protein is, what a fat is, what a carb is, I will have taught them. We'll see how that ends up, right? So again, it's 5 things, but we look at our plate and we just see if it has these 5 things on it. Does it have fast energy on it? Does it have a carbohydrate of some kind? Does it, maybe it's something in the form of sugar. Maybe it is rice, bread. Maybe it's a fruit. We just point out like where the fast energy is. And it's okay if it's only one thing on the plate that has all these, right? We just point out where it is. Number 2, the slow energy, the fats. Do we have something with some fats in it on our plate? Number 3, the building blocks. Do we have something to help our body grow? Do we have the protein that our body needs? Number 4, do we have something crunchy from the earth, like a fruit or vegetable? Because they're all gonna say, oh, put some potato chips on it, right? They're crunchy and they're also delicious and salty and I love them. But let's go crunchy from the earth because that's how you know it's got high fiber in it. And then the 5th thing is water. So hopefully when they look at their plate, and I've had them go back and add something, especially in that fiber realm. Baby carrots are kind of favorite, that and a cut up apple right now because they're quick and easy to grab to make sure we have that crunchy thing on the plate. And they've gone and gotten it themselves because they look at their plate and they look at what they have. So I think that's really cool. And if you're a parent, teach your kid that because it just really helps. It helps their mind around food. I mean, we'll find out in like 25 years how this really worked out, but I say for now, it's looking pretty good. So those are my pros and cons. And like at the end of the day, here's what I really think. I think that the 25 rule is actually a really good, like synergistic tool with someone who is on either a full dose of GLP-1 or even just microdosing GLP-1. So I recommend that. I really do. It's giving you something to look at, and the GLP-1 is going to give you a way to kind of calm down all the other things and look at it from a holistic perspective. And then if you're wanting to go off the medication for whatever reason, this might give you something to hang on to. I am not well versed in any of this. Like that's not my thing as far as going on and off the meds. I'm sorry, like teaching you how to be on the meds and teaching you how to be off the meds. That's not my training. But as far as sustainable, healthy living, it's absolutely my thing. So I'm going to put some links down in the details. Go check them out if you are all interested in this journey. And until next time, this has been 100 Days of Fabulousness.